What's happening, people? Timbsy here, and I'm at the reveal of the brand new Adidas Predator. It's called the Mutator, so we're going to be checking out the new boot, and I'm lucky enough to be playtesting it later. Let's go. Right now, I'm with Ben Herr, VP of Design of Adidas Football. Absolute big dog, key in making the new Predator Mutator. You're showing them very well right now. You're like
Thank you.
a showroom.
Yeah, look at this.
These boots, very, very different to previous Preds that we've seen. What attributes do you feel this boot reflects in a player? Like, what sort of player does this cater to?
Yeah, well, we try to create a design that matches the personality of the player. So a player that's confident, a player that is creative, dynamic, powerful.
Okay, nice. It's definitely for, like, maybe would you say like the playmakers, or would you say attackers or midfielders? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is about controlling the ball where you control the game. Mm-hmm. So really players that are really taking charge of the game, so the playmaker.
And obviously you were so key in the actual design of the boot. Now, what was the inspiration behind the high cut heel aspect of it? Because this is obviously a lot different. We've seen these before with the kind of the sock that is put onto boots, but the fact that the back is so high, what was the thought behind that?
Well, we're constantly evolving the design of the Predator.
Yeah.
And from the Predator in 2018, we had a high collar already, and we found that just had a growing reception amongst players. Players really liked this high collar. It sort of gave a sense of confidence that it was really holding and giving the players support with the collar. So we kept consistent with the height, but we exaggerated the shapes. And the idea is to create really a silhouette that is pretty bold to wear as well, but gives you a sense of confidence.
So many iconic players have worn the boots in the past. You know, growing up, I watched Zizou, Gerrard, Beckham, for example. But were there any specific players you had in mind when you were making this version of the boot?
Well, we actually designed for everybody.
Okay. Very, very modern, very diplomatic. Yes. That is fine.
But really, we try to create a boot with personality and character that we feel is going to match many players out there of all levels of the game.
Yeah.
So
even me. Yes. Even me. Yeah. Exactly. Now we saw the mood boards in the other room. And the kind of the journey from the very first kind of thoughts that came into your head through the design and everything. So what were the initial thoughts that made you think of going in such a kind of different direction to come up with this boot?
Well, the Predator's always been about game-changing innovation. So we knew that whatever we did, it had to be new and what we felt like was going to be a game-changing technology. Yeah. Therefore, this new technology that we called the Demon Skin, for us, was a way of keeping the Predator DNA, but modernizing it for today's players with today's technologies. We also looked to nature for inspiration. I think throughout its history, the Predator always looked to the dangerous, most deadly creatures for inspiration. And that was really to set the imagination loose. Yeah. You know, that nature is constantly evolving, adapting, mutating, just like the Predator over its many years. So we looked to nature as well for inspiration.
So many iterations of the Predator boot, from the most iconic ones for me growing up, the 94, 96, the accelerator, the touch, everything like that. But for you, what stands out most about this new boot? Like, what do you think, what characteristic could make it that new iconic boot?
For me, the newest part of the boot is this new Demon Skin technology.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks unreal.
Yeah, and for me, it's not just the look, but it's the feel. It's such a haptic surface. Yeah. You can't, it just draws you in. So for me, it starts to inspire almost the first 94 Pred. Yeah, when that came out, for me, this is the modern version of the 94 Pred. So for me, it's this Demon Skin.
I think that definitely does stand out for sure. Well, Ben, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Congrats on the new design. Hopefully I'll do it justice when I'm playing later. Fingers crossed, I don't know. I can't promise anything, but it looks amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Right, so we just finished the training matches. Nice to get a few touches on the ball with the boots. But now it's time to head inside, free kicks, whipping it, fingers crossed, score a few bangers and celebrate like Arteta's just signed me for 10 grand a week. So let's go. Well, yeah, when I hit that, to be fair, obviously it felt nice, but the main thing was that obviously with actual top spin kind of whipped free kicks, what most people say, like, I mean, I've spoken to like James Maddison and David Alaba and all those sorts of players, they've all said that you hit it with this part of your foot, like the meat of your foot on the inside, which is where a lot of the demon skin is, a lot of the spikes. The whole point of these spikes as well is that when you do hit it in that zone, not only is it going to be a sweet strike, but these are going to accentuate the whip and the spin that you get. It definitely felt like it then, but half technique, half demon skin. I'll let you decide. Right, so that is it from Hale End, Arsenal's academy training ground. A big shout out to Adidas for today. It's been an unreal experience. Unfortunately, I don't think I've got the contract, but my DMs are open, Arteta, so if you want to slide in, you can. But that is it. Make sure you stay locked on Pro Direct for when the Mutators come out. Cop them because they are quite sick, and I'll see you soon.